Rita, you know, that lady with the dogs. Hi. It's what day is it even? Wednesday. It's Wednesday. And running a little late this morning because Santo left for the Dominican Republic today, this morning. So I didn't find out until late. So a lot of things that he normally does for me, we have to either go without or we have to wait. Here I come. Here I come. I see that everybody is suffering from the cold. Me too. It's pretty cold here in north of Boston, Peabody, Massachusetts. But this is the weather that we signed up for when we decided that we were going to be New Englanders. Anyway, today being Wednesday, I'm here and we're going to be working on this great project that is a thank you card, but it's also a beautiful snowflake card. See that? The thank you card, square with the square envelope. I made sure that had envelope attached. But I wanted to also, I was looking at my calendar, and next week I have my chemotherapy. Before that, I have to go in for labs. So next Monday, I won't be able to make the show probably. My appointment's at 7:30, so I may be able to be back in time for that. I don't know. And then definitely can't do Tuesday of next week. And you know, with chemo, it just sort of does depend on how I feel afterwards. But I just, you know, we're just kind of rolling with the tide, going with the flow, that sort of thing. So anyway, I thought let's sneak an extra class in tomorrow, and I'm going to show you this mason jar gatefold card that I developed. It's really adorable, and we've done it before. So, but it's been a couple of years, I think. But it's a gatefold card that we had done, and I changed it slightly by adding a band around it to keep it closed. So there's going to be our gatefold card, which we'll do tomorrow. And then on Friday, I'm going to be doing I'm not really sure which one. Either we're going to do you're the least annoying person I know, which is a card, and also I thought we would do a 12 by 12, not a 12 by 12, a 9 by 9 box like shadow box, because I just think it's kind of cute. You're the least annoying people I know. That's something. You're the least annoying person I know. That's something that my sister would say to me, something like that, you know, because she finds a lot of people annoying because they're not as efficient as she is. So we'll do that for either that, or there's another thing that I was thinking about doing that is from SVG cuts. So we'll decide on that. I will decide on that. But today we're working on this great project that's in Cricut Design Space, and I have made modifications to my Cricut Design Space not app, my Cricut Design Space image. What am I thinking of? Project. Thank you. And here we go. So this is a customized card. I did customize it a little bit, and I used an envelope from another project that I had, a square envelope from another project. And this is one of her lovely layered cards. So there are 3 layers here. There's the blue, an off-white, and a white layer. Oops. And then we have the 2 cards, the one that goes in on the inside. So that's the modification. I changed this up so that the front is not part of the folded part. Then I also added a sentiment. So in this case, I added thank you, which when I looked at it, when it came out, I thought it looked a little bit too big. So I'm going to make a change to that. And then also the envelope that I got from some other project that we're doing. So this is what we're going to make today. There's it's just a putting it together. I'm not going to show any cutting, although I will tell you that if you do use this image, I would use cardstock for intricate cuts because this is your top image. Look at that. It's very intricate. Oops, sorry. I think here I was thinking I had you down here. Oh, sorry. So it's a very intricate piece, and you definitely want to use the correct setting and the correct cardstock. Sometimes if you use too thin cardstock with the Cricut, it tears it. It's sometimes better to go thicker than it is thinner, just because it seems to take its time when it's thicker than when it's thinner. So anyway, my desk is definitely not cleared off. Thank you for pointing out. I know. I just it's sometimes it can be a little bit tough to do this show. I mean, I love about 99.9% of the time, but then you get those people that are like, you talk too much, which I know I say that all the time, but like, your hand's in the way here. You do, and it's like, you do know that I do this voluntarily on my own free time, you know. So you get that and you want to just say that, but you have to be nice too. And so, you know, it's kind of tough. Anyway, so this is the image. Let me go ahead and show you where I got it, where I got the sentiment, and also where I got the envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this. And I'm going to go to, oops, I accidentally hit text. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go to images. I'm going to image sets. All right, relax, dear. Relax, dear. We're going to do, this is an Anna Griffin from one of her lovely layered cards. So we're doing Anna. I want to do an Anna print and cut Valentine that I was thinking of making. I think we'll probably try to do that next week. But I'm looking for the layered cards, and I think I found them here. It's under lovely layered cards. Okay. So here's the card. It doesn't have to be a thank you, but I see thank you over here, so I'm going to grab that. I could switch it to a Valentine, having it be the snowflakes, though. Not really sure. But what about thinking of you? I think that's a nice one as well. So you'll notice in this lovely layered cards that there are the same cards, but they're repeated because they're in different formats. So for example, and unfortunately they don't like are all lined up. I wish it were, but it's not the case. But let's, for example, have a look at this one here that is the little pretty flowers. It has a stripe at the bottom. And in this case, that's so that you can add one of these stripe text pieces, which says, with deepest sympathy. Very, very nice, and especially nice for, definitely for sympathy cards, because then you can keep the inside open, that sort of thing. But I don't want to have that for this case. I want it just to be a thank you. But if I did want it, I could choose one like to my friend. But anyway, I'm looking for my square version of this card that does not have a stripe. So let's keep scrolling until we get to the bottom and we can see where it is, which I can't see it because my brain has got like image detection off or something. Where's my, Okay, there's the square one with the stripe. Where is the square snowflake without the stripe? Oh, it might be this one. Not really sure. It looks like mine. It looks like the one that I want, but it's the size of it doesn't look right. This one says it's a banner card. This one says it's just a snowflake card. So, well, we haven't. Oh, there it is. Woohoo, right here. So I'm going to bookmark that. And if you need to image number, it's hashtag M384974. Okay. So, which, you could always go to images and just type in that hashtag. Or if you wanted to, you could just copy it like this. So if I go like this and I do Command C, then I can go back, I hope, to images and just type in Command V and see if it pulls up. Yeah, it does. Woohoo! Looks like they're working on that search engine, making it more powerful. All right, so this is the one that we want to add. So I'm going to put it in there. Also, just note this in the general direction. You can sort of collect images if you're working on your regular computer. If you're working on your iPad, you can't really like collect a bunch of images unless they're all from the same image set. So you can't like go back, do a search like we did before on the iPad. But I like this feature on this. And so now what I'm going to do is find myself an envelope. So I want to see, let's go ahead and add this to the canvas. I want to see if right, so there's an envelope, which I don't want that envelope, and get rid of that text. And then I'm going to just go over here to my stuff, and I want to just make sure that I didn't already save. I did. Okay, here's one. So this is an image. Oh, it's the same one we're working on. We can't do that. All right, hold on. We can go to a former thing of ours that was not the exact same thing. Okay, that is a square card, so we need a square envelope that will go to with the square card, and we could look it up. I don't know that I can necessarily do that, but let's try typing in square envelope. Square envelope. Probably get 16,000 images. Oh, just 10. Okay. so here you go. Here are a number of square envelopes that you can use, which seem pretty cool. And there's even these ones here that have fancy edges on there. You could do that if you want, or you could do like I do, which is wrap it in patterned paper for the season. So I'm just going to choose this one. All right. Now we're back on our, oh, what a funny card. So we're back on our screen. Let's move this over, and we're going to do ungroup. We're going to get rid of this envelope because we don't like it. And then we're going to make this larger so we can have a look at it. All right. And let's see what we got. So we got the white that will wrap around, and then we've got the two inserts, and then we've got this, which is our inserted card, but it will also show a color. So we need to think in terms of that, what that's going to look like. I am going to also add a second one of this. Now, wait, let me go back to square one here. Okay, so we want to make sure that this size is our size. So we're going to make this in a 5-inch. So, which means for the width, I need a 10 inches wide, right? So once I adjust the height to 5 inches or the width, whichever one you want to do, you should get a 5 by 5 inch, which is right here. So 5.10. Okay. So then let's take it apart a little bit, and we're going to duplicate this one. Now we're going to make this one slightly smaller. We're going to we're going to unlock it. You know what? I wonder if we kept it locked. I wonder if, let's try it. 4 inches. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, well, that didn't work. All right, so I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to change it to 9.5 by 4.5. That makes it quite a bit smaller. That should be okay though. So this is going to be my white insert. So I'm going to go over to this layer over here where the color is. I'm going to choose that. And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to choose white for that is for my insert card. Okay. And I actually moved it around, and I shouldn't have. So I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to separate my insert for my outer part, and I'm going to choose the color and change that color to white. All right. And then I'm going to make sure that this is correct. And I believe that it is. Yes, it is. So I think for this one, we'll take our thinking of you. And we are going to make it a little smaller. I might even unlock it and make it a little like wider and smaller. But be careful, because you don't want something that looks like that. You know, you don't want something too squished either. So I think I like this. Once I'm done, I select both of those, both the writing and the card, and then I come down here to attach. Okay, we no longer need this. Thank you. The only thing left to do is we need to cut off the front of this card, because, and then work on the envelope, of course. So what we need to do is detach this, and I'm going to get a shape, which are slow today. Shapes are affected by the cold. All right, I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to put it up to where that what am I trying to say? Score line, where that score line is. So now that I have that, I'm going to take that score line out. I just have to find which one is that score line. Yep, that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and take both of those, and I'm going to do what's called a slice. So we've got slice, and it's down here on the bottom right hand side. Okay. All right. All right. So now we've got our three layers, which we can choose the colors for. Obviously, you don't have to stick with those colors. And then you've got an inside card and a regular card. So let's put that together. Oh, and the envelope. Oh, I have to talk about the envelope. The envelope, let's go ahead and make this smaller so we can find out. So I came up with this card here. I'm going to ungroup it And I'm just going to see what size this card is. It's the perfect size for our card. It was made for a 5-inch card. But if you want to just double check that, you can take one of your larger pieces there and make sure that there's a little bit of room around it. You don't want an envelope that's too tight, you know. So now we can go ahead and I just got rid of the old envelope. So there you go. All right. So, and not the envelope, but the card. You know what I mean. All right. So there's the card that we're making today. Thank you. It's very low key. I could have used glitter on here, or even iron on here, but decided I just wanted just a simple thank you card that I can send out to a bunch of friends, for thanking me for that. I'm thanking them for their kindness. So anyway, here is the inside, and you see that we have both of these cards that are actually not attached in both ways. That's so that it opens and closes freely. There you go. And let's have a look at that part of the project. So this part is the project. Thank you. So I'm going to just fold it. Make sure it's even. Same with this. Where's my... I like this green. I like this green, period. And there we go. I always forget my bone folder. I think I can do it all with my fingers. But the bone folder really does work well. All right, so there you go. And then you'll need a little bit of double stick tape. I have it folded wrong. Now, I want to ask you guys, since you're mostly all the people that come and watch every day and not the people that comment, would you consider my classes to be basic or advanced crafting? That's a question that I wonder, because I like basic, but I like to just do all kinds of different new stuff. And oh yeah, we have sunshine, but it's very, very cold. Very, very cold. These types of cards make great fans. Oh, Cheryl, I don't know. I think you need to do stand-up comedy or something. You're too funny. You make me laugh all the time. So I put double stick tape on there, and I'm gonna put a little bit more. There we go. All right. And then we'll put that aside because we don't need to worry about that. Let's talk envelopes here. I tried something out this time. I wanted to show you what I did. When I went to cut this out, I used the cut and score it, obviously, but I used the pen instead of the score line because I thought, what if I wanted to just score them on my own? What if I put the pen marks there, and then just come along and score them by hand? Would that be so bad? I mean, a lot of us... So that's what I was thinking about doing here. But I think, personally, I think I like just a score mark instead of that I can follow, because it's a little different to do it this way. And at this stage in the game, I'm not looking to change up too many things. I already changed up a lot of things in life. This just comes to a point where you're just like, you know what? I think my sister came up with this, but she's like, you know what? I'm done with phones. This is my last version of this phone. I'm going to just use this for until I die, which is, I know that's not going to happen. She's going to eventually, give in and get one of the more up-to-date phones, but she's like on an 8. And she's like, you know what, I don't need to play catch up there. So but she prides herself, remember, on being the cheapest person in the world. Well, no, she doesn't want to say cheap, but she's frugal. Oh my God. The way she orders food and her logic, and when she goes, she's a force. She's a force to be reckoned with. So, okay, so for those of you that might have been thinking, well, I'll just do it by hand, so I'll just put those lines in there. Nah, I don't think so, and it's distracting right here, that you can see that line. But it's a pretty envelope. It's a pretty envelope. Let's see how that fits in there. Might not all be. There we go. Nice. And it is thicker, so you want to make sure you use the proper size envelope. Okay? So there's that piece. Now the last piece is just our layers. So we've got 3 layers. Now this is real important. You've got to line these up. And so when I started lining them up, I don't know what he sees. I was like, how do I make this fit? So I just looked for same items that had the same thing. So here we go. There's a star here. Okay, you're done. You're done. And this one has these little diamond shapes, right? So I think that that's the way that it goes. And then here, this one, looking for the proper, but just keep moving around. Don't get discouraged, because nope. There it is. See that? It's like a little puzzle piece. All right. Now you're going to stop barking, are you? All right. The thing is that the cars make a lot more noise when everything's frozen, and it doesn't appeal to the dogs very much to have that kind of noise outside their door every day or all day. So they have to bark at it, I guess. I guess they're protecting me. I always thought that they were just kind of screaming. But but if they look at it like protection, then I can say, all right, no need to be so protective. But thank you. That makes sense. When my mother used to oh, I hear Santo outside. Maybe he didn't even go. I thought he was leaving today. Maybe it's not him. I don't know. It would be nice if he didn't go. If he didn't go, I'll be honest with you. He does so much for me. he has a farm. He has a working farm in the Dominican in a place called Banao. Banao, I believe is, but it's outside of it. It's like really rural. And he keeps animals and he grows plants for the government. That sounds so funny. But basically, what they do is they contact you and they say, we want to use your land. So this is so they don't have to buy the land, I guess. So they go into an agreement where they rent, they give you all the things to grow, and you pay for something up front, because in case you don't return them, I guess. And then when it comes time to harvest and you turn in your harvest, is when you get paid back, I guess. I don't know, but it's a nice way to utilize existing farmers, and I thought that's kind of a nice system. We grow it for you. We give you the seeds and everything. Because imagine it's pretty. I got this wrong. I imagine it's pretty. There we go. Maybe I didn't have it wrong. The expense of getting it in the ground, that's manpower, versus the expense of plant, hiring. I don't know. I just feel like it's probably a good deal, but it seemed to me like he knows what he's doing there, but he has to go back and check on the farm. I'm always hearing, I think I told you guys, he named a cow after me. He named a cow after me. He named that's like to be high on his list, because he goes, well, I was like, I don't know. I want to have a cow named Rita, that like living halfway in the Atlantic, and go there and, hey, this is your namesake or whatever. I don't know. It just seems a little odd. And he said, oh no, I named all my children, all the people that I love and admire get to be one of my cows. So he has a Nathaniel, he has an Owen now. He has a Nathaniel, which is his son. I think he might have a Natalie, which is his daughter. So yeah, they get named. It's kind of funny. Anyway, but he doesn't farm like mega production farm. It's just a country farm, as they might say it. It's like his old family's. He was able to go back and buy it off of, I don't know, somebody, the government, I don't know, who knows, but he was able to buy it after his parents passed away. So there you go. And that is our project for today. Let's see. Oh, and I asked you a question, and everybody, Loretta, can you give me a little update if anybody said that I'm like trying to keep, since we changed the name, which was like right around a year ago, we decided the reason why we were changing the name was to be able to focus on all different kinds of things. This is one of them. This is an SVG cuts pattern, and I usually, if I decide to show it to you, I show you where to get it, and then we get it cut out, but we spend most of the time just putting it together. And I'm trying to think, I'm trying to understand like what is best for you. For me, I would love to just be able to do that. Like, okay, I'm just gonna pick all the projects I want and then do it. Doesn't matter if it's Cricut related or not. So I think I will go back. Oh, I like input. I love lots of input. Okay. All right, you guys. So that's going to do it for me for today. I'll be back tomorrow, remember. So the schedule is tomorrow being Thursday. I am going to go back to, let's see, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So Thursday, Friday we'll do a little bit of a bigger project, perhaps even this, or some box cards. All right. Okay. This is your channel. Do what you want. Okay. All right. So, all right. I appreciate everybody, and the comments. I'm going to go back and read all the comments and find out. But I don't know. I don't want to get all smarmy, but I think about how there are things you want to get accomplished in your life, and when you're faced with an illness, that's can really decrease your ability to live, or your whatever, or an autoimmune system disorder that really just gets in your head. Hey, you know what? I need to plan for things that I want to get done before. And my feeling that I said last year was I would like to do all of the 3D structures that have been put out by one or two designers. The first being Mary from SVG Cuts. That's where this is from, and so I just like to know that everybody from going outside just design space. All right, I like to be able to utilize my DS Access subscription as well outside. All right, all right. So that's really good. Thank you so much. Okay, that makes sense. Somebody's saying it doesn't matter what they'll watch it, whatever, because they like the part that's the chat. I appreciate that. That is what makes it a little bit different from just about everybody else. And I love all the people that I've met here on the chat, and I think of you as friends. So that's why I do it. I feel like, I log in and I'm talking to, 50 of my friends, and give or take on a given day. And so what? I don't have a million views. I'm not looking to make friends with the masses. I just want to have some fun and be with people that are similarly inclined with me. Not that it's my channel, yeah, but it's also your channel too, basically, like, because you wouldn't come if you didn't like what I had, unless you were that one person who said they'd come. All right, family. Yes, I know, that's how I feel. And frankly, I have a shrinking family, so I could use a few more family members around. And we had such a blast. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we had such a blast. My sister came down from New Hampshire this weekend, and it's always a whirlwind. She's a whirlwind. She comes in. If anybody was going to be called a force, it would be her. Like, people have referred to me as a force, or my sister as a force, but if you had the three of us in a room, the most force that you're going to get is from Annette, because she talks fast, she moves fast, she is just generally fast. Her thought process is very fast. She's got and readily admits to this. She has medicated ADHD like big time. And so, yeah, so that she's just kind of crazy, but we had a really good time, and she and I spent a little bit of time together. It's never enough time. And so we're talking about in August, and you know what, this is going to be great for us, our group. In August, I'm going up to northern New England, which is where my sister's at, and we're gonna see the solar eclipse, and I'm gonna video from there. Not because I'm looking for a gazillion people, but I'm just gonna video from there because you guys know I talk about my sister all the time, and we'll set something up. So we've been talking about that because that's in April. But I don't know if it's during April vacation either. But what I do know is if you look to try to book a room, like if you went on an Airbnb or whatever for a room, there's usually quite a few available. And even, off season they have, and the prices are very reasonable considering, what you get. A lot of times you get a full cabin with all the amenities and everything. So yeah, so I thought it was in April. So chat it up. All right. I think when I look at my sisters and what we're good at, we're really good at explaining. I think trying to explain stuff, even really mundane things. I love to explain. I love to be able to give clear and concise directions on how to do it, and I'm very detail oriented, and some people don't. I remember growing up like that, and people would be like, all right, get to the point. They didn't want to hear all my logic, but there were always some people that were like, no, I want to hear it. And they're like, oh yeah, that sounds like how I would have accomplished it, or I would have tried it differently. It's always nice to break things down into little components and teach people, because you feel good when you teach people. I think people want to learn stuff. That's what I was thinking. I really like that TikTok because they've really moved it down to, it used to be, if you ever wanted to get on TV, I know it's not a TV, but if you ever want to get on TV, you had to train and study and do and blah, blah, blah. And it used to be like one of those, when you ended up on TV, people would be like calling each other, I'm going to be on the 6 o'clock news, that sort of thing. But all these online places have upended that. Now just average people, or people who maybe specialize in one thing and not the other, then they are able to show people how to do their own thing. And so, yeah, anyway. All right, I talked enough today. All right, you guys, I'm going to work on tomorrow's project. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you Friday. Next week is a different story. I'm going to be off on Tuesday for sure, Monday possibly. So, yeah, let's jibe about that, or talk about that at another time. But yeah, we'll see you all. I'm having a blast over here. Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Take care, everyone. Bye. I will rest. I am resting. Thank you, Deborah. I love you. Goodbye, everyone.